Hey guys! I'm back with another video and I want to talk about my personal how to train your dragon theory. We all know that HTTYD loves to mention that Toothless is the only night fury remaining. Like they really hammer that fact in. Despite this, I still don't believe it, and let me tell you why. Okay. This might sound ridiculous, but let me explain. Dart, Rough Runner, and Pouncer all are half Night Fury and half Light Fury, hence the name of their species. They are obviously hybrids, and everything about those three particular nightlights makes sense. I want to talk about their ancestors. For those of you who don't know, even though most HTTYD fans hate it, DreamWorks made a sequel TV series called The Nine Realms. This show is set in modern times and thousands of years after the main HTTYD events have played out. What's really interesting is that this show reintroduced the night lights. First you should see what they look like. Warning, they are, well, you'll see.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Sorry I had to subject you to those monstrosities. Obviously there's something wrong with them, and I think I know what it is. Keep in mind this tribe of nightlights contains Toothless alpha powers, and this is the only pack of them seen in the show. Take another look at them. Did you notice anything interesting other than the fact they are weird looking? They are black. This might seem like a simple fact since they are nightlights, so of course they are going to be semi-black. And as that is correct for the original trio, these nightlights should technically not be black. Or at least not have as much black on them as they do. You see, the Nine Realms show is said to be set 1,300 years after Hiccup's time. Regardless if this is actually correct, the showrunners sure think that and write based off of that. So it's been a long time since the original nightlights came to be. How then did Toothless kids continue the bloodline if there are no other Night Furies? Dart, Rough Runner, and Pouncer would have no choice other than to mate with Light Furies. We know for a fact that Toothless' wife is not the only Light Fury, unlike his own case, since we see multiple other Light Furies in the Hidden World movie that are just hanging out. In addition, I believe that one of the writers or directors of the movie mentioned in an interview that there are other Light Furies. So that's a good sign for the existence of nightlights in modern times, right? Well, no. Simply put, it has been far too long, and all the Night Fury genes would have been bred out by now. The most these dragons could have would be a super tiny patch of black if Toothless' genes somehow made it down the family line that far. You see, parents donate one chromosome with their DNA instructions to their baby, so the offspring is roughly one half of each parent. Repeat this process over and over again, and eventually that original parent's DNA would become such a small fraction of the current generation's DNA that it would hardly be traceable. This is what would have happened to Toothless' Night Fury genes. The Night Fury in these nightlights would eventually become diluted from all the Light Fury being brought into the family tree. This means logically Thunder and his family should not be so Night Fury-like. Sure, they could probably still be called nightlights since they might contain some Night Fury DNA, but that would be in name only. It would be impossible to distinguish a modern nightlight with a Light Fury. But Thunder's tribe does not reflect this. Obviously they look like nightlights. Now, is this discrepancy because the show writers didn't think about how DNA is passed down? Yep, probably. But to me that is not an excuse. There needs to be an in-universe explanation for this phenomenon. I can think of only two possibilities as to why these nightlights look like this. The first option would be these nightlights have been severely inbreeding. It's gross but possible. It would explain why they still keep their Night Fury coloring and powers. I'm not a fan of this outcome, but sadly due to the writer's negligence it might be unintentionally true. This is not what I want to focus on though. The second option feels more narratively fulfilling to me. You saw it in the title, there must be other Night Furies out there. In order for Thunder to possess so much Night Fury in him, more Night Furies must have been on his family tree. And I know what you are thinking, but Jasmine Toothless is the only Night Fury, period. You need to accept that fact, and to that I say, correct. The franchise has made that point very clear, yet the information they give us seems to conflict that. I think there's a possible explanation as to why we haven't seen other Night Furies though. They could have been hiding in the hidden world the entire time. Think about it, Rimmel had no idea the hidden world existed. So therefore of course he thought he had killed all night furies other than Toothless because there are none on the surface. Perhaps some night furies slipped into the hidden world somehow. I mean, it is certainly big enough to hold them away from our knowledge. To me, I feel confident that there is a section of the hidden world that houses many night furies, maybe the king's realm, since this is where the night lights can be found. Once Toothless brought all of dragonkind down to the hidden world at the end of the third movie, light furies and night furies could have already intermingled. Either way, this option allows Toothless kinds to mate with a bigger gene pool and avoid incest. Then the generations leading to modern times would always be a mix of night and light fury genes, since Toothless is not the only night fury DNA source many generations removed. Thousands of light furies mixed with one night fury would overwhelm the night fury genes. But if the family tree consists of a mixture of night furies, and night lights, then the present-day descendants would still retain traits from both species and the night fury part would not have been bred out. This explains how Thunder's family is able to exist the way they do. So that's my theory. I know it's a bit of a doozy, but to me it makes complete sense. Comment down below if you agree with me. Tell me what you think happened to cause Thunder and his family to exist. Please like the video if you like the How to Train Your Dragon franchise, and don't forget to subscribe. I want to make a School of Dragons timeline video at some point. Thank you so much for watching, and Jasmine out.